So here is EVE Online, Photon UI, and we're not welcome to it. I feel we're being trolled heavily. This is Photon UI. This, if you can believe it, is Amazon. That's right, folks. It sure looks like a high-sec system, doesn't it? Wow. Yeah. Let's see. Shuria looks like I'll do the same thing through Shuria because it's and Rise 0.52. Go to Cheetah. And remove shorter. See? That it looks a bit different than a 0.5, right? In normal, right? What's it gonna look like in Photon UI? Yeah, crazed. So that's what it normally looks like. Yeah, see? That's high sec, that's low sec. Easily spottable. We get it. We're gonna get shot to bits. See, when you're first playing the game and you're a noob, you don't really know what the difference is between a 0.4 and a 0.5 going by color, right? When we look at those colors, they're like, well, it's just a little bit different. What are the differences? You know, you think, okay, 0.5 must be kind of dangerous, and you start wondering how dangerous, right? Because 0.4 is like somebody can gank you. 0.5, that must be kind of a little bit safer, but still not. And because we go by the color, right? We're not really sure about the intricacies of this game. I mean, I'm just you gotta think what CCP is thinking right now. They're like, oh, well, there's a lot of differences, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, but we're a noob. You know, just imagine being a noob. And a noob is not a noob who's completely clueless and tabula rasa. We are a player base who enjoys the game's complexities. And I'm a noob every day when I find something out I hadn't realized or misconceived. But the point is, we know the game's complicated. We know the game is more complicated than we realize. And we try to take some solace from the fact that the game's mechanics is trying to help us, and we look at the color codes as that guide. So without it's, and it might not look stark. Like it, to me, is like, okay, 0.5 is pretty close to, you know, orange, and we see that color code difference. And in the past, it's like, okay, there's not, it's kind of, okay, it's yellow, but that's, okay, so it's close to, but what does that mean? But when you have it so ridiculously close in color to that, it gets even more confusing. And I swear to God, like the more I get, like, that's 0.4. I'm so used to it. If I stare at this for a while, I'll get used to it. But like I said, just go into a system where you don't see any 0.5, and that'll look like a 0.5. It's that close, right? And if a noob makes a waypoint system, right, and goes shortest, what about AMI? I mean, Jesus Christ, how many times as a noob, when you're working in and around MR, do you accidentally go, oh, because sometimes you'll take the high sec route, and sometimes you'll take the low sec route through AMI when you're trying to get somewhere. and you get blown up because, duh, it's hammy. Look, see, it's just, yes, you can tell the difference if you have it side by side, but look at that. Jesus, it's a change for no reason. Why did, what possible reason do they want to make it even closer in color? Like, seriously, there's a huge difference between yellow and orange in the game. But as noobs, we still don't really know the difference too much. And if you put those colors so close together, they're really not going to be feeling safe in 0.5. And for reasons that, because CCP is like, oh, well, it's because Ganker's going to have more time to gank you. They're in a noob ships. They're in horribly fit, hull tanked, but badly so, like actively hull tanked mining barges that are sitting ducks for anything in 1.0 space, for Christ's sake. Against gankers, when a ganker wants to gank you and you've got a shit ship, it's so easy to kill you, so you're never safe anywhere, for Christ's sake. So let's just make a difference between high and low sec with color, please. Right? Like a noob, like the danger for you dying in a 0.5 system is there's no difference. You'd run a mission, a level 1 mission in 1.0 and run the same mission in 0.5, there's going to be no difficulty difference, and you're going to die from stupidity or ignorance, or just plain, just can't figure it out, or get ambushed by the mechanics of the mission because it surprises you in a way you didn't expect, and you die. There's literally no difference in safety. Like, yes, you get a few more seconds for the gankers to shoot you for PvP. And but there's still danger. There's the same gradient of danger. It's just the nuances of PvP ganking and the nuances of mission pitfalls is pretty much uniform in HiSec. There's no other advantage to 0.5 for you as a player, other than, well, there's better classes of minerals. Does that have anything to do with the color code? There's better classes of NPC rats at the belts, standard NPC rats in 0.5 compared to 1.0. But does that translate any way into a color code? No. Like, if you're looking for a 0.5 system, you're not going by color codes. You're going to look for the number of the system, and you can look for the number of belts, and you're looking for it on purpose. You're not going to care about the color code. So this mushing of colors is going to make life. Jesus, look at that! I mean, I swear to God, that's noobs are just like, you make that waypoint system, and you're like, totally safe all the way, autopilot. They are literally trolling us. Look, seriously, it's just why. And you know what I really think? I mean, it's how I really feel about it. They're trolling us. They are making a change for them is easy to fix, to correct. Right? and they'll go, thanks for your feedback, we've changed it, and then they'll just change the colors back to normal, right? Wow, we really listened to your feedback, and they ignore the utterly painful waste of space that is the same thing for skills tab, the same thing for agency, the inability to, they were completely trolling us with, they've switched the locations between pirate strongholds and incursions for utterly no reason. And it's also a troll. We can try not to use swear words. Bad potty mouth. They can customize it to their heart's content arbitrarily and at random, just when they feel like it. But they're disallowing us to. They're disallowing it. Look at that. Oh, God. It's just like, why is there a idiotic glow here? It's just... Yeah, it's like RGB or BJ or whatever, G or whatever, freaking coloring was... Are we getting... Yeah, this is just like needless coloring, needless neon, needless... It's like, I don't need my entire room lit up with Christmas lights. Thank you very much. Go back to your little man cave, you neckbeard freaking nerd. I'm trying to keep the swear words out. It's like completely hopeless. Could you just let us minimize the categories? Could you fix the horrible alphabeticalized crap here and have it the old way where it goes this way and then that way, so we don't have to scroll to the bottom and then go oops and then scroll to the top and look on this side? It's just, what are you doing? Why are you making a noob's life more difficult? Like when they first fixed the skills, they had it ranked, ordered by rank, and it was difficult for us veterans and the people, it was difficult for us veterans, but we knew, like the smart ones, like me, the reasonable ones, knew this is worth it. This is worth the hassle because it is so noob friendly. It's like, what skills can I train right away? What skills could I invest my time into to improve my game quickly, and have fun doing it and not get tripped up by a rank? Is it really worth my time to skill into this when I could train this? And that was just wonderful, and they got rid of it so quickly, probably because one troll thread on their idiot forums had like 20 likes, and they automatically see those because they have settings to see only well-liked posts, and they got trolled. And they reverted it, or they changed it to, alphabetical this way and then up. And and they squish this, so you're like up down. It's like, what is this roller coaster? Freaking! Oh, it's just idiotic. It's just, and compact mode is just ridiculous. A compact mode with inventory, yes, great. Compact mode with overview. Oh, sorry. God, it's so idiotic. Ta-da! They got rid of the header. That's it. That's literally, that's it. Selected items. That's compact mode. They got rid of the header. Yay! What the hell? Whoops. And yeah, this is just, yay! What? That's compact mode is. Could you please get rid of the wasted space? That's compact mode to us. The rest of the galaxy, on planet Earth, in reality, compact mode means functionality. You have an old system, you've got the new system, merge the two with compact mode. Just figure it the F out. Oh God, I'm starting to swear. But yeah, and the drones. The drone bay. where can we even start about the drone bay? At what point do we stop giving feedback to CCP and start groveling, genuflecting at the feet of the imperial, Chinese court, with their layers of protocol and obedience to the higher power of, on a silver platter, giving them the meaning of life for farting or moving your foot or the basic decent morals of a society. You have to explain to these people we are humoring a bunch of, not swear, a bunch of mentally incompetent fools who want to be told how to do the basic operating stuff of developers, of people who are trying to make your life easier, and not a bunch of D-bags who think that proper feedback is telling them, look, your drone bay is completely broken. Just one look at it knows that it's broken. It's just broken beyond. What are we playing at? It's just ridiculous. This is the normal one. And let me go find, do I even have a drone bay on this one? I think so. Give me a sec. I'll show you. Oh, it's just, I want to record this just for posterity, because one assumes that these idiots are going to fix it. Because it's embarrassing. It's like your game is almost over 20 years old. And you're telling me, well, almost 20 years old. And you're telling me that you plan to have a 20-year freaking anniversary and your drone bay is becoming a meme? Yeah. It's like, what are you people doing? How can you screw it up so badly? You know, I mean, it's almost as if they've had new management and the new management totally sucks at playing the game and they just ruin it. It's like, you have people who've been there forever, and you're telling me you can't look at a drone bay and go, oh, we need to fix that before we release it. And they had Photon UI on Singularity for months before they released it, and they just didn't pay attention to their bug hunters. At the very least, the bug hunters. And I was using Photon UI, forcing myself to use Photon UI on the test server, and it was annoying as F when I was using the drone bay. And you gotta think, they have to know about this. They have to be fixing this. Somebody's gotta have told them. But obviously, because we can't repro that, or we're not allowed to talk about this, or we can't support people on, yeah, the usual BS. Crap. Okay. Crap. I know, right? Oh. Gotta sort this so I can show you guys. Yeah, it's kind of ironic, and I've said it before, that the meme of EVE Online is spreadsheets in space, right? And CCP, just like the writers of Game of Thrones Season 8, because they were so incompetent and they were so high on coke, that they thought that subverting expectations just meant do the exact opposite of, what everybody expects. And okay, we've got spreadsheets in space, let's make the spreadsheets sexy. And it's like, that's not how any of this works. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. I mean, we know you guys don't play the game, but Jesus Christ, could you just look at what you've done? No, because they're clueless. They always have been clueless, and their toxic work environment promotes cluelessness. Why wouldn't you to survive? You're getting paid well. You just nod your head. Alright, come on. We've got to have some frickin' drones here. Hooray! I think I can launch those. Alright. Alrighty. So, see this? It never gets any better. Like, literally, it never gets any better. Like, what is with this? Like, seriously. It is... Oh, okay, yeah, so... Yeah, that's better. That feels a lot better, It said drones in space. It's like, what the... Wait a minute. What is with that? Why did they do that? Wait, what? Oh my god, that's hilarious. Did they think that was helpful? Why would that be helpful? Why would that be helpful? It looks cute as a programming thing. It certainly looks cute, the idea they're going with, but it's not functional. Like, you've got to think, it's like that looks really cool, right? But it's like, can't we just do that? Seriously, boy, it works perfectly well here. I think it works great. Sometimes it's annoying, sometimes it's not. Like, can I smoosh it? No, I can't smoosh it all the way, right? It's only can go so far. Okay, so I have it this size because directional scanner it's like, we like grouping windows. And we like grouping windows in a way that's going to be helpful and compact enough and small enough that we can actually play the game functionally with the least, like, I've got to the point where I go, I can squash this, compact this, close that, don't need that. This is like squished and giving the maximum amount of possible space, but still see a lot of local, and have it like, I've got this, it will, wait, right there. So I've got it right here, lock it. So it's the best possible position for me to adjust, so I can, I've got 3 layers if I need, right? It's a pity that I can't move this over here. Like, I can move this up here. You can go in here and go align to top, but you can't align this anywhere else. So you're forced to deal with what you're given, and we do so with a palm, how do I say, aplomb. Anyways, with grace. We handle it with grace. And we've gotten to the point, I've gotten to the point where I can go, okay, I don't need angular. I can get rid of angular columns. And that's all I need, and it's squashed, compact, it's useful. I've got my chat channels down here. Don't have too many of them. It increases lag. The more tabs you have, the more lag, the less performance you'll get out of your game. So be careful about having too many tabs, okay? So yeah, and of course, too many tabs here, but I'm taking that on the chin there. I've got the least amount of brackets. You could hide all brackets if you're loading into a really heavy system, but now they've got tie-dye, which kind of helps. But at the same time, they promised to have 2 legs of fixing the game's lag. Tie-dye and something else they hinted at. And we're assuming that this new quasar thing, or whatever they've got, is going to work as that second leg of helping lag. But yeah, it's been a long road of patiently waiting as CCP lies to us and lies to us, and marketing lies to us and lies to us again and lies to us again, and they get away with it because bullies get away with doing what they do because nobody says anything, nobody stands up and deals with them, and they have no consequences. They are gods in their own little world, and they don't respect us. We're guinea pigs. We're steadfast capsuleers. We're loving capsuleers. We're patient capsuleers. We're fellow travelers. Or what did Hilmar say in that pathetic apology email or bulletin he sent to all of us? Fellow or faithful followers, or something insipidly condescending. And it's like, we're customers, you idiot. Dear customers, I'm so sorry. Nope. Yeah, we won't have NFTs yet. Air quotes. Yeah, it literally does that during FanFest, and it's just the most cringe-worthy display of arrogance I've ever seen. It's like, go hang out with your crypto buddies at the pub, because we all know you rub shoulders with the data miners in energy cheap Iceland. Oh boy. Yeah, so that's yeah, recorded for posterity. Oh wait, yapping too much. I didn't play with it enough. Yeah, I don't mind not seeing all of my drones. I'm okay with the fact that it doesn't scale to my drones. You know, that your drone stuff does not favor. Oh, by the way, your hotkey, if you launch drones this way, it's not going to recognize this launch for favorites. You've got to use the hotkey. I know, little trick. All right. So it would be nice if these scaled to. I swear this one's wider than that one. Is it just me, or that must be an optical illusion, isn't it? Yeah, must be. That looks narrower than that, but it's got to be an optical illusion. I swear. Just, okay, breathe. So it would be nice if these and this, and it just kind of squooshed. If you had it this size, it would fit to your window, right? But look at this. It's like it fits your window, but it's scale. So it's like, okay, so you can have something that'll recognize the borders of the window, but won't scale. Like at some point you could, if you have it here, it should start scaling until some point it stops scaling and then disappears off the edge of the screen, right? But if it can recognize that, the edge of the border, why can't it start scaling, right? And it's just, yeah, it is just, and when you first play with it, it looks really odd, this thing, and you're like, oh God, that looks really gross, right? But once you start realizing, oh, they're able to recognize the borders of the windows, why can't they scale it, right? I mean, that's big. This is not. Why can't they, like, is there a compact mode? Oh God. What did they do? They just got rid of the header, didn't they? What the hell? Oh, they made it less space. That's really cool. Did you see that? There's actually less wasted space. That's really nice, except... Oh, dear God. The glowy things that... Yeah. God. We don't need this to be huge. We just literally do not. What, the less space we have, the better. It works that way. Because we want to see this stuff. We want to see space. We want to see more space. You know? I mean, literally, it would be nice to see more of this and less of the windows. Why are you forcing us to widen our windows just to see stuff we need to see? Just, what the hell? Anyways, this became a really long-winded... yeah. It needed to be. It needed to be done. It needed to be recorded. Because it's so embarrassing, you know they're going to fix it. Maybe they won't. I mean, that's horrifying, but maybe they won't. Maybe they won't care. Maybe they just won't give a damn. They'll say, oh, they'll adapt. It's like, okay, yeah, adapt or die. You know, that's literally the motto of Eve. You know, that learning cliff. It's interesting. Makes the game challenging, which is interesting. It makes the game frustrating, which according to the community manager, commercial community manager, people get paid for taking care of frustrated players, that it's great for retention. But yeah, we, Jesus. Yeah, whatever. All right. Yeah, we'll get used to it. We'll get used to seeing this is 0.4. But I'm telling you, it's not going to be pretty. The picture CCP is painting themselves, it's a bunch of a-holes who troll the player base, who are at this point so D-ish, that they'll change colors just to D with us. That's it. And play around with the ordering of this stuff, saying, we can customize it, you can't, neener. And it's at this point, we know they've always treated us like this. They've always, you know, they made in 2008 or 2010 or 2009 the HTFU video telling us all for eternity what their attitude towards their customers are. They don't see us as customers. You've got to get that out of your head. They do not see us as customers. In order to embarrass them, you've got to show that they have no respect for their customers. And they don't. They treat us like a beta bunch of testers who are right is to give feedback. And it's not feedback as in feedback, it's feedback as in bug reports. Oh, the drone bay is working as intended. What's wrong with it? Oh, the agency is working as intended. What's wrong with it? Oh, the skill sheet is working as intended. What's wrong with it? Well, there's nothing technically wrong with it. Oh, okay, well, what's your problem? You know, you have compact mode. What's your problem? It's on your end. We don't see it on our servers. What's your problem? And it's not being respectful to your customers. And that's why whenever you read one of their little marketing blurbs, it begins with patient capsulators or skipping through the fields hand in hand singing la 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 customers. They'll never come out and say a consistent, respectful opener. It's always flippant. And that's how they treat us. They have gotten used to getting away with this for 2 decades. They're going to treat us like shit because they can. And because they can, they think that's a smart thing to do because they're cool. And it gets more and more disrespectful as the years go by and they get more flagrant with their attitude and more open with their attitude. And eventually, people are just going to start leaving their game in greater numbers because their player base is shrinking. And it's just at one point, once we go below 20K, that's the number I know is the threshold of a dying game when it just snowballs and there's no stopping it. If it never goes above 20K PCU consistently and it dips below that number, yeah, that's a snowball effect. Yeah, because eventually chickens will come home to roost, and yeah, what do these guys care? They'll just get another job, you know? What are they going to do? I don't know. They can work at McDonald's, might as well. Don't have much programming skill beyond that, right? Anyways, I should stop. Have a good day, guys. Yeah, and good luck disabling it if you don't already know. When you disable it, as long as you have the same, like this one's my quality launcher profile, these are my memory, my multiboxing, it's on my multiboxing profile, just one profile for launcher, and that will carry over your choice for disabling Photon UI. So once you disable it for one, it should disable it for all, except of course if you have different profiles on your launcher for launching. All right.